time for Hutchinson's Salt Talk Sports on BW Radio. The Salt Talks are brought to you in part by First National Bank, H&R Block, Next Tech Wireless, Apex Shears, The Medicine Shop, Elliott Mortuary, and Fee Insurance Group. Also thanks to these Salt Talk boosters, Edward Jones Financial Advisor William Thacker and Salt City Title Company. Now your host for Salt Talk Sports, Glenn Grunwald.
To Salina South High School. Now with the starting lineups, here's my good friend Dan Nacarado.
Thank you, Glenn Grunwald, for the Salina South Cougars. I almost call them the Hoopers. Jason Hooper in his 10th season as the head coach at Salina South, 80-111 overall. It'll be Jace Humphrey, a 6'4" junior, number 0. Number 1, Brady Howard, a 5'11" senior. Number 2, Jackson Myers, a 5'10" sophomore. Number 15, 6'5" sophomore Gavin DeVoe. Number 22, 6'4" sophomore Sawyer Walker. Remember, Salina South only has 3 seniors on their ball club this season, and 2 of them are out with injuries. For the Hutchinson Salt Hawks, Brian Miller in his 4th year as the head coach, 43-27 overall, 2-0 this season so far. It'll be number 2, Terrell King, who scored 25 points in the game against Salina Central in the season opener. Number 5, Jay Lewis, a 5'9" senior. Number 15, Devin Spiller, a 5'10" senior, averaging 10 points a game. Number 25, Julian Smith, a 6'4" senior, coming off a career-high 26-point performance against Bueller. And number 33, a 6'3" senior, he's a rebounding machine and averaging 6 points a game, Daly Van Sickle. Hutchinson averages 75.5 points a game. Salina South averages 48 points a game. On paper, you should look for a Salt Talk win tonight, but we all know the paper doesn't mean anything once the ball is tossed up. And now with the play-by-play and all the action at Salina South High School tonight as the Salt Hawks are the visiting team, my good friend Glenn Grunwald.
Hey, thanks a lot, Dan Nacarado. Yep, they're going to go against 6'4" and 6'5", and they'll call post for the South Cougars, but Van Sickle at 6'3", and Julian Smith at 6'4". Now, Smith plays more on the outer perimeter, so that might draw one of those big men out, Dan. That might help a little bit on the inside for somebody like Daly and others. So I look for Terrell King to do his magic and play really, really well. And we'll see if Gobain will come out off the bench and play as well as he did the other night. Double figures, I believe he had 11. Did a nice job the other night.
Coach Miller is a master at spotting matchup opportunities. If Salina South goes man-to-man defense, you can count on Coach Miller to find the right matchup to score.
That they will. As both teams getting their last second instruction. You just tuned in. Lady Salt Hawks on the wrong end of a 36-28 score. They dropped their first game of the year. Salina South rolled to their, I think it was their 4th win, I believe. They were 0-3 coming in. 3-0 coming in. They won their 4th win, so it was a good win for the young South Cougars. Hutchinson had their opportunities, just was not able, did not shoot well, and had a horrible third quarter. Here we go, opening tips controlled by the Salt Hawks as Terrell King runs the basketball down, and we're underway in this late game tonight here in Salina. So glad to have you along tonight. The drive by Terrell King, layup short, no good, gets his own rebound, and wants to put it up again. This time he puts it up and in. Got a little lackadaisical on the first shot there, but maybe he's padding his rebounds. He puts it up and in. Hutch on top, 2-0.
I think he felt like he got fouled on the drive and was expected that he was surprised there was no whistle.
Brady Howard across the timeline, goes to the right side over to Humphrey. Humphrey gives it up, deep corner right with the basketball out there. It's going to be Walker. Back outside on the outer perimeter. That's Walker with the basketball. Sawyer Walker, talented sophomore. Back out, they'll swing it over to Myers. He's also a sophomore. Cougars work against the man-man being put up by Hutchinson. Ball outside. Here's Howard again right in front of us. Holds and wants to drive. He'll take it right side, puts up a shot. It's not there. The battle for the board, knocked away. Ran down by the Cougars. They keep it alive, and then a reach-in foul call. The reach-in is going to be called on Jay Lewis as he tried to knock the ball away. He'll end up picking up the personal.
It is a pleasure to watch the Salt Hawks play man-to-man defense.
Ball comes in quickly. Sawyer has it. Deep corner left. Back outside now to Myers. Jackson Myers to the right wing. Work against that man-to-man. Across the top, they go to Howard. Deep left corner. Back outside. Howard will gun it on its way. misses it. Rebound cleared out quickly down to Terrell King from Spiller. King takes it in, Euro step up and good. 2 baskets already for Terrell King. That's off and running at 4-0 lead with 6:30 to go. And again, we're in the first quarter of play, just underway in a guys' game. Left side drive, baseline, all the way through. A blocking foul is going to be called on Terrell King. If he would have got set and used that baseline over there, might have been able to take the charge, but he was just a half a step behind on the baseline drive. That'll be his first.
Yeah, I think it's arguable. Terrell King may have beaten him to the spot there.
Here comes the inbound. 4-0 ball game. Hutch with the lead. Cougars basketball. They'll feed it in again down low underneath. Shot not there. Ball knocked away. Terrell King comes away with it off the missed shot put up by Humphrey. Hutch will bring it up with 6:20 to go in the quarter. King down low underneath the Van Sickle. He'll bang down low, kick it all the way out. Smith had it for a second. Back to Lewis. He'll reverse it over to Spiller. Back to Lewis, right side. Over to again to Smith. Julian Smith skips it all the way to Van Sickle. Gives it off Jay Lewis. Outside perimeter. Takes a corner left. Drives across the lane. Gets airborne. Goes underneath the King. He'll dive it in. Put it up and in. There's 1 and 1. The foul called on the South Cougars. 6 points already for King. 6 for the Salthawks. And they whistle the foul to go against on number 22. That's Sawyer Walker. Picks up foul number 1. Good ball movement by the Salthawks. King's free throws up and good.
It's Terrell King 7. Salina South nothing.
7-zip. Hutchinson with the lead into the forecourt. South brings it up over the right side now to Myers. Waits for other white jerseys to come down and set up. Nice defense by Jay Lewis. Back outside now to Humphrey. Bright pink shoes again for Salina South. They'll whip it right. Myers has it. Used up his dribble, so he gives it off to Walker. They'll lob it down low, stolen away. Here comes Hutchinson. Jay Lewis came up with the loose basketball all the way to Spiller. Spiller gives it off to Terrell King. Thought about the 3. Drives in, squares up. 8-footer comes off the back iron, no good. Loose basketball. Smith comes up with it. Tries to get it to Van Sickle. It's a bad pass. It'll be a turnover against Hutchinson. They turn the ball over, and we go the other way. South with the basketball. 7-0 lead for Hutchinson. Tiered off shot, not there. Van Sickle rebound for Hutch. Off the missed shot put up by the Cougars. Jay Lewis into the forecourt. Down low, ball knocked away, and South comes up with it. Stolen right back by Jay Lewis. Jay Lewis for Hutch. Takes it in strong. Puts it off. Not there. No call made. Rebound out for Humphrey. Comes out with it. Van Sickle trying to out-sprint him all the way down. He does. Now the pass on the inside. They go to DeVoe. A shot up and good. Gavin DeVoe with the basket. And South is finally on the board at the 4:38 mark of this first quarter of play. It's 7-2. Hutchinson, Spiller's shot, air ball, no good. And it goes over to South off the missed shot that didn't hit anything. With the basketball will be South as Humphrey will get set to inbound. Chase Humphrey gets it in now to Myers, and this will be the Cougars bringing the basketball up, trailing 7-2. Angle dribble across the top, back outside. Humphrey, 3 ball on his way. Got it. Big 3 by Jace Humphrey. And all of a sudden, 5 unanswered points being put up by the Salina South Cougars. Here's Jay Lewis on the outside. Right side to Spiller. Drives baseline on Sawyer. Give and go underneath the Van Sickle basket. Good. Daly Van Sickle with her first basket. That was pretty. Just used the baseline. A little bounce pass after penetrating all the way to the rim. Long pass to the corner. Bach outside. There's the 3 by Humphreys again. Got the second one down. Back-to-back tries by Humphrey. It's a 1-point ball game. Salthawks 9, Cougars 8. That 7-point lead long gone now. As the South has been able to bounce back and get the ship headed in the right direction. Here's Smith on the outside. Spiller to Terrell King. King on the outer perimeter. Goes right side over to Spiller. Gutters cut through. Back outside, thrown away. Trying to go to Van Sickle. Bad pass. Coming up with the will be South. South rise in. Spin move. Stolen away by Terrell King. Slapped that in. Got it loose. King will bring it up. He'll go in strong and shoot it up and on its way. No good. And a foul's called. It'll be an offensive foul on Terrell King. That'll be his second. Got to slice off that a little bit. You got to kind of turn your body an angle, and he hit him straight away. Was hoping it's going to go the other direction. It did not, and Terrell King's going to have to sit. With 3:12 remaining to go.
Be interesting to see whether Terrell King comes back in this first half of action.
3:08 to go in the first half of play. We're in the first quarter. 9-8. Salthawks with the lead by 1. They'll lob it all the way over to Humphrey. He's had the hot hand, and Spiller's on him now. To the right side, drive on the baseline, back outside. They reverse it to the left wing. With the basketball is going to be Myers. Out to Humphrey, back to Sawyer. He'll shoot the 3 on his way. Comes off, no good. Might have been deflected a little bit. There's Tobin with the rebound. As Smith might have got a fingernail on that shot that left Sawyer's hand and came off. There's a Spiller 3 from the corner. It's not there. Humphrey with the rebound for Salina South, and he'll bring it across the timeline on the dribble. He'll spot up on the outside. Now Jay Lewis, boy, is that a mismatch or not? 6'4" Humphrey against Jay Lewis, who's all a whopping 5'9". Jumper not there. Rebound's going to be cleared out by Hutchinson Tecklenburg. And Tecklenburg will give it off to Smith, and now Jay Lewis with the basketball. Jay's going to have to take over that point guard spot in the absence of Terrell King. Tecklenburg drives baseline all the way through, throws the ball away. A low pass that was picked off. And a foul in the backcourt is going to be called on Smith. He'll pick up the personal. That'll be his first. So Hutchinson already with 4 fouls against them with 2:02 to go in this first quarter of play. Still leading it by 1 at 9-8.
In the season opener at Salina Central, when Terrell King picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter, he did not play the entire second quarter, so we'll see what Coach Miller decides to do tonight.
Terrell only played 2.5 quarters against Central and scored 25 points. Outside Humphrey, they'll whip it right side. Sawyer's 3 on its way, no good. Rebound, Tobin. Outlet comes quickly to Jay Lewis across half court with 1:45 to go in the third. Tobin lies left, goes up strong and scores it.
Wow, that was a confident move.
Came in again and puts it off the glass up and in. It's 11-8 now. Hutch lead expanded to 3.
Govain's game at Bueller has done a world of good for him.
1:30 to go in the quarter here. First quarter of play is coming right our way and picked up by Coach Miller. And it'll be Hutchinson basketball. Smith will inbound. With 1:24 to go, Hutch jumped down to a 7-0 lead, but right back came the Cougars with a 6-0 run. And then cut it down to a 1-point ball game. Now it's 3 again for Hutchinson. Spiller on the outside, rolls off the pick, set for Tobin to the top of the key. His 3-pointer doesn't go. Rebound's going to be cleared out of there by Sawyer. They're going to substitute. Coming into the ball game will be Van Sickle, next dead ball whistle. Ball on the outside. There's King. Checked out. It's Myers. Now they get it off to Andrew Harris, new face in the lineup. He's a junior. 3-pointer on his way. No good. Rebound cleared by Smith. Smith comes up with it for Hutchinson across the timeline on the dribble. Julian stops up. Thought about the 3. Holds up. Tecklenburg in the corner left. Out to Julian Smith. Smith drives over to Lewis. Hutchinson with 38 seconds to go. Could hold for 1. Work it down if they wish to here with the possession. Jay Lewis thought about it. Rolls left. Takes a look. Lefty lets it fly and hits it. 3-pointer by Jay Lewis. Didn't like the look he got closer to the top of the key. Rolled left, eyed it, and dropped it down.
Remember last year, Jay Lewis was 6 out of 9 from 3-point range on the season.
You're right. I forgot about that. 14-8 now. Hutchinson with the lead. Long pass across for South and turned over. It'll be Hutchinson basketball. I thought for a second that Tobin was going to try to go for that bad pass. That elected did not. He'll step out. Van Sickle back in. Hutchinson basketball. Up by 6 with 9.6 to go. Can do something here.
Good opportunity for the Salthawks.
Rolls all the way up. Jay Lewis now will pick the basketball up, and he'll accelerate across the left side. Finds this pole, gives it off. It'll give and go. Ball taken away. Blocked underneath by Myers. No whistle. Myers will throw a half-court shot. It's short. No good. And the end of one is here. Hutchinson leading at the end of one. 14-8. Hutchinson with the lead by 6. Back in 30 seconds on the Salthawk Radio Network for quarter number 2 in BW Radio. We'll be right back.
Forward. Always moving. Never stagnant. Together. Nothing great is ever accomplished without it. At Fee Insurance Group, we've been working side by side with our clients for more than a century. Together with individuals, organizations, and communities, we look ahead to protect the people, places, and things they love. We're Fee Insurance Group. Forward. Together.
Well, the Salthawks just got a quick 37 points for Terrell King, and he got saddled with 2 fouls. 3 other Salt Hawks picked up the loss as Jay Lewis knocked down the tray. Govain with a nice basket as soon as he checked in, and also Van Sickle with a nice basket. Well, you look at Salina South scoring, it came from 2 different players. Humphrey with 2 long-range bombs for 6 points, and DeVoe with another basket for 2, and that's been all the scoring we've had in the first quarter of play.
Salina South, 3 out of 12 from the field. Hutchinson, 6 out of 14. That basket by Govain was very impressive. That looked like a very polished player when he came into the game and drove it to the basket.
Yeah, you talked about how he really picked it up by way of his attitude after a great game against Buhler. That'll do it to a kid. You have success, and success, you can feed off that. Here's South with the basketball to start this second quarter. Humphrey a drive in on Spiller. His shot's up and good. So far, Chase Humphrey getting it done. He has 8 points of the 10 that the Cougars have, and it's 14-10. Hutch's lead is cut down to a 2-possession game. Here's Tecklenburg. Tecklenburg back to the right side. Here's Smith will drive on Humphrey. Fall away. 8-footer does not go. Jay Lewis is there for the rebound, but they say nope. You pushed off underneath, and you'll pick up the personal. That'll be his second. And here into the ball game for the first time, Danny Boone. He saw some action against Buhler, so he'll check into the ball game. Actually came in and had 2 points. So Danny Boone will check in now. Pressure in the backcourt. 14-10 ball game. Salt Hawks. South with the basketball. Just under 7.5 to go in the second quarter of play. Bounce pass out high. Humphrey. Spiller. Let's do it right to Smith. Smith comes up for Hutch. Here's Spiller. He'll give it back to Smith. Julian 3-ball from the right arc. Rattles out, no good. It was halfway down and came out on him. Had a good look, just didn't get the spin of the ball. Angle to the right side, jumper up and good. A drive to the basket. This time, Jake Jackson Myers scores it. Got ourselves a 2-point ball game, 14-13. Hutch lead cut down to 2. 6:57 to go. Again, we're in the second quarter of play. South coming back. Outside with the basketball, Spiller. Hutchinson leading scorer, Terrell King on the bench with 2 fouls. Here's Smith. Outside quickly to Spiller. Rolls left with the basketball. Dribbles into the paint. Kicks it corner right. Tecklenburg 3-ball. Yes, sir! Peyton Tecklenburg knocks that one down from the right side corner. 17-12. Nice little shot right there. Ball in the backcourt. Taking his time getting across is Myers. He finally does just in time. Gets it across the timeline. To Humphrey on the left side. Ball on the outside. Now to Howard. Over the right wing to Sawyer. Sawyer holds it high. Back outside to DeVoe. They kick it corner right. Back out, coming out to get it is Howard. Howard back to over the far side to Walker.
Salt Hawk closeouts defensively are textbook.
Gavin DeVoe drives in on the right side. Drops it down. Ball goes sailing out of bounds. Last touched off the Salt Hawk. Hudson will block underneath because they will have it on the near side, our near side on the baseline.
What I mean by a closeout is you come from the paint in help position to come guard the ball.
Yeah, double down in the low blocks, either left or right side. Bounce pass comes in. Soft shot up and good by DeVoe. He has 4. And that was a nice inbound pass on the low blocks on that right side. 17-14. That's lead is cut down to 3. Here's Spiller on the outer perimeter. Bounce pass goes into Van Sickle. He goes up strong. Can't get the shot away. Gets his own rebound, though. Goes up. Second one won't go. Rebound's going to be cleared out. A lot of contact. They're letting them play in the low blocks. And Daly was not able to come up and get the score. The feed down the low blocks now to Humphrey. He'll bang inside. Ball knocked away and a foul called. And this one's going to go against Daly Van Sickle. Will be his first. Brian Miller was pleading his case just right when that foul was called. And inbounding left side, not in shooting situations, so inbounding now will be South. Humphrey, low blocks. He has it just about stolen away by Danny Boone, but Humphrey got it back. Now he'll drive in, back in. Off balance. Has got to be a jump ball called. Let's see what we got. Yes, we do. It's a jump ball. It'll be possession arrow Hutchinson. 5:18 we go. Had to help me out, Dan. I'm screened out by the referee. So with the basketball, left side, will be Spiller. 3-point ball game. Hutch on top. Here's Julian Smith. 3-ball comes off. No good. Danny Boone hustles over and gets the rebound. He keeps it alive. There's Smith with 4:57 to go in the second quarter. Feed down low. Danny Boone gives it off quickly. Back, give and go. Thrown away. Spiller with a bad pass to Tecklenburg. Here we go the other way. They just out hustle the Salthawks down, and Myers makes them pay. Coming up to try to defend was Julian Smith, and Myers just blew right by him. 1 point ball game now, 17-16. Hutchinson with the lead with 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Here's Tecklenburg. Got airborne, gives it to Van Sickle. He'll bang it down low, holds up, gives it off to Smith. Smith reverses it up and in. Julian with a nice basket. Smith with his first basket coming into the second quarter play after 26 the other night in the win over Buehler.
It's a nice feed from Van Sickle.
Drive down low. They'll dump it down low. Stolen away. Good job by Tecklenburg to get it to Van Sickle. Hutchinson basketball. Smith across the timeline. Leading by 3. Outside Spiller. Drives baseline. Kicks it back to Julian Smith. Drives again on the outside. Down by Walker. Ball knocked away. It'll be last touched off of South. Hutchinson will have the basketball. Julian really needs a break, but you got to have him in there without Terrell King in there. And now you're going to see coming into the ballgame Lucas Witt and Danny Boone will check out.
Once again, we're seeing an example of how sitting out normal varsity players is helping building depth for the Salthawks. Ball
comes in to Julian Smith across the timeline. Actually across the side. Now he goes to Van Sickle trying to get the ball. Ball knocked away out of bounds. I think it's going to be last touched off of Van Sickle, and it will be.
All of these minutes players are getting in December will definitely help Hutchinson in January, February, and March.
Here's Myers across the half court. Down by 3 is Salina South. Humphrey drives on Spiller. Ball knocked away, and they call a foul.
Is it offensive?
He pushed off, but I don't think, is that what they got? Yes, it is. I think it is an offensive foul. The foul's going to be against Humphrey. That'll be his first. For a second, I thought they called the foul on the Salthawks. But a good situation there. So inbounding for Witt will be Witt on the outside. Hutch leading by 3, 19-16.
And look who's taking the point.
Smith to the right side to Tecklenburg. Back outside, Julian Smith rolls left. Coming out to guard him is DeVoe. Feed down low, Van Sickle in the paint, puts it up. No, he missed it, just came off the front. I thought it was down, and it came out of there. The rebound, DeVoe. Good look by Van Sickle. Didn't get it to go. 3:05 to go. Three-pointer up and on its way. No good. Rebound blocked out. Tecklenburg off the floor with the rebound. Here comes Julian Smith. Reach-in foul called. It'll be on Brady Howard. And Howard will pick up his first. Cougars' second team foul. Into the lineup now, checking for South will be into the ballgame for the first time, Andrew Harris. He's a junior. And also checking in will be Dakari Small. Hutch with the basketball on the far side, just under 3 to go in the second quarter of action, leading it by 3, 19-16. Smith rolls right, crosses back over, Lob drops it down underneath the Van Sickle. He'll put it up and score it. Nice pass and low blocks. Van Sickle with 4. Julian, very unselfish, drops it right down to him. Dropped a little dime down to over. It was just about over and back, and then he did step on the line. Ball on the outside. South with the basketball. To the right side, they throw it, and finally get to it. Coming up with the basketball is going to be Myers. Long pass to the left side. Dribble drive all the way in. A little teardrop shot. It does not go. Rebound fought for. Coming out with the basketball is Julian Smith. He'll bring it on the dribble. Behind the back. Gets to half court. He still has the basketball. He'll kick it outside. Here's Spiller. And a foul's going to be called. It's going to go against the Salthawks.
Second foul committed by Julian Smith, so he'll probably need to sit the balance of the 2 minutes, 14 seconds of this second quarter.
And Smith will come out. Danny Boone will come in. 2:14 to go. Smith was trying to get control of the basketball all the way down. And
not the lineup that Coach Miller would have
not
would be on the floor during preseason. Only one starter on the floor now for Hutch.
Yeah, it's going to be Witt and Boone along with Tovane and Tecklenburg. And as you said, only one starter, and that's Spiller. Ball on the outside, a whistle on the far side. What do we have? Foul on the outside. It'll be called on Hutchinson. Danny Boone will pick up his first. 14th foul.
Before Hutchinson won their state championship on the undefeated season under Coach Phil Anderson, a year or two before that, there was only one senior on the Salt Hawks, and it really helped the team for the future.
Lob down to Humphrey underneath. Shot up, no good. Battle for the board. Putback is good. Right there for the putback was DeVoe. He has 2 baskets in the quarter, 6 for the ball game. It's 21-18 now. Hutchinson lead is trimmed down a bit. Spiller, cutters cut through with the basketball on the outside, 1:41 to go in the second quarter of action. Danny Boone spins in, holds up, back outside to Spiller. He'll drive right. Tacklenberg pops the shot. It's off, no good. Battle for the board, taken away underneath by South, and South will bring it out in the dribble. That's Easton Wilcox. Wilcox into the forecourt. Here's Humphrey. Humphrey outside, left wing, to whip in the left corner. Going to corner to go to Small. Jumper on the outside, a three-pointer does not go. On a missed shot put up by Wilcox, and here comes Hutch on the run. Spiller into the forecourt. 1:10 to go before the end of the half. Outside to go to Witt. He nice in. Euro step, goes up and draws the foul. Fouling him on the shot was Andrew Harris. So Harris will pick up his first. It should be 2 coming now for Hutchinson's Witt as he steps to the line.
This game is remarkably similar to the Salt Hawks season opener over at Salina Central.
But in that game, Hutchinson trailed until the fourth quarter of action. But it was a grinded-out type of game, and you're referring to, I know, is Terrell King sitting on the bench. Free throws up and good by Lucas Witt.
For about the same amount of time as when he picked up the second foul in that first game. Terrell King out the entire second quarter.
And in that game, he had 6 straight free throws in the first quarter.
He did. Tonight he had 7 points before he exited with 2 fouls.
Free throw toss by Witt. It comes off. No good, but a rebound by Tolvain. Basket too strong, but he draws the foul on DeVoe. And that in the second half could be huge because that is his first personal. So at the line now will be Tayshawn Gouvain to shoot 2. Free throw toss is up and good. Well, I'll tell you what, he's got a nice free throw shot. That one was pure.
Gouvain scored 14 points on Friday night at Buehler. And tonight, his confidence level is so much higher than it was last year.
Gouvain, a junior. Taking his time, the free throw toss. The second one doesn't go. Rebound cleared off the floor by South. And coming up with it will be Sawyer Walker. Walker to the right side. They go over to Howard. Howard will pop the shot. It's way short. Rebound fought for, ran over. And Harris comes up with it for South. South drops it to Humphrey in the baseline. Ball knocked away. And a foul called on Witt.
That's the 5th foul of the quarter. So it'll be free throws for Salina South.
With 46.7 seconds remaining to go in the second quarter of play. Brian Miller questioning the call from the official. At the line will be Humphrey.
Humphrey made 2 quick 3-point baskets in the first quarter.
Free throw toss is up and barely in, and it dropped down finally. Yeah, he has 9 points now for the ball game. 23-19. He can make it a 23-20 game. Hutch with the lead right now by 4. Make that 3. Timeout on the floor with 46.7 seconds to go. We're going to keep it here with 46.7 seconds to go. Salt Hawks 23, Cougars 20. It's been a good ball game. Hutch jumped on top, but then getting in foul trouble was Terrell King. He picked up a blocking foul in the low blocks. That was his second. He's had to set out the majority of the second half of play. And you're right, just like the Salina Central game where he set out a total of about a quarter and a half, ended the game with 25 total points. More than likely he'll start the third quarter, but what a job done by everybody else out there, including Danny Boone and Lucas Witt and other ones who stepped up, and Hudson still with a 3-point lead.
Tecklenburg with a big 3-point basket from the baseline. So the players who are not available tonight, plus King and Smith, both getting 2 fouls apiece in this first half. It's thrusting Coach Miller to go deep into his bench. And, hey, consider this an investment for the future because these players are responding very well, these guys that don't normally get very many varsity minutes.
Well, Gouvain, like you mentioned, especially have, and also, he's right now he has 3 points. So Hutchinson's led by Terrell King 7 points, but a little misleading as you had Tecklenburg with the 3, Jay Lewis with the 3, and Hutchinson now with the basketball inside of 43 seconds. What I like is you're putting the ball in Danny Boone's hands in a key situation here, under 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Back outside is Boone. Back out top again. Spiller back to Boone. Boone drives. Spiller kicks it right this time. Witt all the way over to Tecklenburg. Back to Witt. 26 seconds. Nice job of getting it inside. Ball topped away, but Tecklenburg run it down. He holds up. Goes to Witt on the outside. Good ball movement. Here's quickly Spiller. Drives baseline, and he's fouled. And that'll be the second foul against Andrew Harris, who's the sub off the bench.
That's the 5th foul against Salina
And it will be the 5th foul against South. So it'll give Spiller an opportunity to go to the line. He has not been at the line yet tonight and has not scored yet tonight. Salthawks leading by 3 with at 15.2 seconds to go. Again, in this first half of play. Free throws up and good by Spiller. Spiller averages 10 points a ball game. He'll shoot a second one here. Drops both up and down. Good free throw shooting by Hutch in his first half. And Hutch with a 5-point lead, which is second only to that. There's a steal by Witt. Basket good. Witt, right place, right time, has 3, and Hudson lead is now 7.
Witt just took it away from him. 4
seconds. Across the half court comes Walker. Long 3 off the glass, no good, and halftime is here. Your Salthawks lead it 27-20, up by 7 at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, add up all the numbers, and get into the medicine shop. In-game capsule. Hutch leading 27-20. Back in 2 minutes on the Salthawk Radio Network. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Glenn Grunwald along with Dan Nacarado. So glad to have you along on the KWBW, Hudson, Kansas. 1450 AM and 98.5 FM. Also on HutchPost.com by way of also the NFHS network. I'll get it straight here. And so glad to have you along as we get set for the second half of play. And it looks like it was going to be Salina South's basketball to start the second half of play. Good first half. Hutch had a 6-point lead at the end of one stanza of play by the score of 14-8. And Salina South came roaring back, pulled it within 1. Never did get the lead, though, and Hudson was finally able to settle in on that 27-20 lead here at halftime. It's going to have been a good first half of play. We get set for the third quarter of action.
I'm just so impressed with the Salthawk man-to-man defense. Honestly, I don't think you're going to find a high school team in the state of Kansas that does a better job closing out on the ball. Closeouts mean you just go from help to on-ball defense, but you have to go out and pick up your man without being out of balance, or otherwise your man will just go right around you. But if you don't go out and contest, he'll pull up and make the outside shot.
Same starting 5 that started the ball game as well. Terrell King will be back out there. Jay Lewis also, and also out there. Smith and King, Van Sickle.
Smith, King, and Lewis with 2
Spiller.
fouls apiece.
Yep, exactly. So they'll need to be careful. And ball on the outside now. Possession for Salina South. With it was Myers. Back to the right side to Humphrey. You got to watch out for Humphrey. He can knock down the 3. Now Walker had it for a second. They reverse it to the left side. There's Jackson Myers. Drives in. Holds up. Kicks it back. The long 3 on his way. Comes off. No good. A rebound by Smith off the missed shot by Howard. Hutchinson will bring the basketball up for their first possession this third quarter. 7:26 to go in the third. Terrell King to Jay Lewis. Van Sickle out high, turns to Julian Smith. Back outside, good ball movement. Hutch works it around. Here's Terrell King, one-handed lob, trying to get it down to Van Sickle. Not there. Humphrey intercepts the pass and will go the other way. South jumps it in, way short, and a foul called. Did they get this one on King? They did. Terrell just picked up his third.
Well, that took less than a minute for Terrell King to pick up his third foul, unfortunately.
Humphrey will go to the line to shoot the free throw as they took a right at King on that baseline. Free throw toss is up and good by Humphrey. He has 11 to lead the cause for Salina South, the Cougars. 7:08 to go, third quarter of action. It's a 6-point ball game at 27-21. See how long Brian Miller rolls the dice here. Free throw second one's up and good by Humphrey. Makes them both. He has 12. The lead is 5 for Hutchinson. King's going to bring it down. On the angle, gives it off to Jay Lewis. Round the left side. Smith back outside. Spiller cuts it across. Ball knocked away. Going down was Terrell King with Jay Lewis comes up with a layup, up and on his way, no good. Battle for the board, put back basket, yes. Van Sickle was there at the right place, right time. He has 6, and the lead for Hutch back at 7.
That's all about hustle when you go grab offensive rebounds.
Left side with the ball on the outside's Howard. He'll drive it in. He shoots it up, not there. Terrell King with the rebound. Outlet will keep King. He'll bring it all the way down. Dishes it back to Spiller, back to Terrell King. Now they work it right side, all the way back outside. Jay Lewis wants to isolate, gets the pick set by Van Sickle, reverses, kicks it left. The three-pointer by Smith in the corner, not there, but he'll shoot 3 as Jackson Myers came over and bumped into him. And Julian will go to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Julian Smith with 6:14 to go in this third quarter of play. That'll be Myers' first personal, but he momentum carried into it. Julian's free throws up and rims out on him, no good. He'll shoot a second one.
Strangely enough, as well as Julian Smith has been shooting from three-point range, he's struggled a little from the foul line.
Hits that second one, now he'll shoot another one.
Remember, he got fouled on a three-point shot at Bueller and didn't make any of the 3 free throws, and he's an excellent shooter.
He'll shoot this one right here. 30-22, a large 8-point lead, make it 9 as the free throw is completed. So he hit 2 out of 3. He has 4 points on the night, and it's 31-22. Hutchinson with the lead inside of 6:10 to go in his third quarter of play.
I think Julian Smith was 6 out of 9 from three-point range in that game at Bueller.
Yeah, he was outstanding. Here's Humphrey. He'll launch it on his way. Three-pointer does not go. Smith rips down the rebound. Outlet to King. Here comes Hutch. Salina will set it up on the outside. Crossover by Terrell King, knocked out of bounds. Nice hands over there by Gavin DeVoe. He'll knock it away. DeVoe's going to be a good one. He's a sophomore. At 6'5", he'll probably grow a couple more inches. He's a solid player. Here comes the inbound shot, up and good by Jay Lewis.
Great lob pass to Jay Lewis at 5'9", caught the ball up by the rim and
scored. Lead is
it.
11, largest lead of the night for the Salthawks. Ball on the outside. Here's Myers. Myers lobs it inside of DeVoe. DeVoe and Van Sickle stolen away by Terrell King. Sprint dribble all the way down. King gets control of the basketball, takes it in strong, misses it. He missed a little gimme, and a rebound cleared out by South.
He was contested, though.
5:22 to go in this third quarter of play. 33-22, Hutchinson with the lead. South trying to battle back, and Terrell King with a tough miss right there. Dribble drive, ball stolen away. Terrell King comes up with it. He thought he was fouled. No, he comes out with it. Off the pick, goes left side with the ball. Smith across the top of the lane, kicks it to Jay Lewis. Corner right. A Spiller with the ball on the outside. Hutch will set up the offense. Hutch last year was such a great year. Learned a lot in that year. Took fourth in the state tournament championship at Emporia. 3-point shot put up from the outside by Terrell King. Not there. The rebound's going to be cleared up. I'll touch more on that in just a second. 4:40 to go in this third period. A drive inside and a reach-in foul call. Jay Lewis will pick up the personal, and that'll be 3 on Jay. So Lewis picks up. He's got 3.
Quite honestly, Terrell King has been living dangerously on the defensive end, picking up 2 steals on the previous 2 trips without fouling.
Stops the clock with 4:35 remaining to go in this third quarter play. 33-22, 33-23 is the scores. The basket was just made by Myers.
Coach Miller just telling Terrell King you have to stop gambling when you have 3 fouls.
Myers will shoot a second one. This comes off, no good. Smith with the rebound and knocked away. Yep, it's going to go off of the South Cougars. So a 10-point lead. It was 11. That's the largest lead that Hutchinson has had, or any team has had tonight. Left side, Jay Lewis. Hutchinson moves it around the outside. Salthawks work it right. Terrell King with the ball out to Jay Lewis. He'll skip it all the way across the Spiller. He'll drive in, kicks it back to Julian Smith. Kicks it back again to the right side. Here's Terrell King into the paint. Drops it down underneath to Smith, and he'll draw the foul. What a nice pass by Terrell King. Dished it right underneath. Julian Smith will go to the line. The foul's going to be committed. Walker, that'll be his second.
If Walker had not committed the foul on Smith, Daley Van Sickle was going to be there for another offensive rebound.
Smith's free throw's up and good, so now he's hit 3 in a row. He'll shoot another one.
He's an excellent shooter. Textbook form. Everything is straight lines, nice rotation on the ball.
But you're right, he has missed some that we thought that he would drop down earlier. one in the front end of the 3-shot foul. This one he gets down. He's hit 4 in a row. Has 6 points for tonight. And the lead back at 35-23 now by 12.
Julian Smith may never miss another free throw the rest of the season.
Timeout's going to be taken on the floor. We're going to break in as well. 4 minutes to go. We're halfway through this third quarter of play. Hutchinson building a 12-point lead in the third. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Salt Hawk Radio Network and KWBW Radio.
If you're an athlete of any age, in any sport, you want to perform at your best. And you can't if you're hampered by aches and pains. Dr. Cecilia Hinton at Prairie Star has extensive training in sports medicine. She has your back, your hip, your knee, whatever's causing you problems. Dr. Hinton is on your side and ready to help you at Prairie Star Health Center, 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
Welcome back to Salina. Special thanks to Luke Ricker. Great job running all the chief engineer work at BW Studios. Not easy to do. They've got to pay attention to the ball game just about more than you and I do to some extent. Dan Nacarato's when we get set to take those timeouts because it's so important. Our fine sponsors have paid good money to get those spots ran. And Luke and Colton and Bryson do a great job. We appreciate all their hard work and wish them a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 35-23, Salthawks with the lead. Cougars basketball on the far side. Humphrey gets set to inbound it and get it into Myers.
Thank Randy McKay for lining up all those
Yes, Randy works hard as well, along with Rob Dreher, our program director for KWBW Radio. Ball outside, top of the key. DeVoe will shoot, and he'll be fouled. And do we have a foul on the low blocks? I believe we do. It'll be on Van Sickle. For a second, I thought they caught Lewis, and it was going to be a three-point shot coming at the free throw line. 3 opportunities. Was not. It was on Van Sickle on the hold on the low blocks. DeVoe has it. Hands it off again to Howard. Bounce pass goes left side. DeVoe back to Howard. 12-point Salt Hawk lead. 3:37 to go.
Forced Salina South into another
timeout. It certainly did. It'll be a quick 30. 3:32 to go in this second half of play. We're in the third quarter. A quick 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. 35-22. The lead is 12 for the Salt Hawks. Good job of moving around. What I like about it, and I mentioned this in the girls' game, for some reason in high school ball, sometimes those kids, they get 35, 40 seconds into a possession, they kind of start to panic, like they think they need to be shooting the ball. Salt Hawks aren't doing this in this game right here. No. They're just moving it around and wait until they get a good opportunity and taking it inside because there's no shot clock.
I think the mental toughness of head coach Brian Miller rubs off on these players because they are a tough,
and that's my reference from having such a good year last year. They won the TOC. They won the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail League. They took 3 away from May South, which had a really good team and did well in getting to state. Was able to get the state. There's a steal by Van Sickle. There's an example. He'll take it in. There's a hand on his back. Shot up and good by David Van Sickle. That's a great example. And now you got a player down and might have turned an ankle as well, which would be DeVoe. What I was referencing, DeVoe had his hand on Van Sickle all the way to the rack.
He really did.
And now he came down with a bad ankle. And Van Sickle just took it right to the basket and was able to score it. And they're going to have to come out and attend to him. And while they do, we will take a 30-second timeout for an injury. 3:26 to go in this third quarter of play. Hutchinson 37, Cougars 23, back in 30 seconds on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Still need to file your tax return? We can help. Let H&R Block cross taxes off your list and find your biggest refund possible. Go to hrblock.com to make a virtual or in-person appointment today. Get expert help at H&R Block at 29 West 2nd in Hutchinson, 130 East Avenue South in Lyons, or 218 North Douglas Avenue in Ellsworth.
Back after the injury, DeVoe was able to get off the floor under his own power. Might have caught a hip. Looked like it was an ankle, though. He steps out of the lineup. 3:15 to go in this third quarter. Salina South basketball down 37-23. There's a steal, and 2 players bump into each other. Foul called, and let's see what we have. two Salt Hawks bumped into each other. Oh, they called it on Julian Smith. Julian went for the ball, but he fouled his own player. And he picks up personal foul number 3.
It was a wounded duck hope pass, and two Salt Hawks were all over it. They kind of ran into each other as they retrieved it, but the foul went against them.
Here comes the inbound from South. Boy, I'd like to see a replay of that because Julian was going for the ball. So was the Salt Hawk. They both collided, but the foul was called on Julian Smith. 2:51 to go.
It was a very weak pass.
Oh, the travel call goes against Humphrey.
Poetic justice.
Might have heard the fans right behind react to it. I think I let out a grunt. Here comes the inbound pass from Julian Smith. He's shaking his head a little bit and gets the pass into Terrell King with 2:45 to go in his third quarter of play. Left side of the basketball. Hutchinson works it underneath the King. His shot won't go. Right there for the putback, though, is Van Sickle cleaning up after the miss by King.
10 points now for Daly Van Sickle.
See some familiar faces up in the bleachers on the far side. I see Mr. Robertson. Played at Kansas Wesleyan now. Garrett Robertson along with Miles Thompson that plays at Barton.
And Terrell King.
And Dante King. Dante King, the brother of Terrell, is playing soccer at Kansas Wesleyan. Ball on the outside. Three-pointer on its way. Rims off, no good. Battle for the board. Terrell King out-hustles them, and a foul's called. They're going to whistle this one on Brady Howard. I think Brady Howard thought he was going to get to it pretty easily, and Terrell out-beat him to the ball and was basically tackled from behind, and he's working that right calf a little bit with 1:58 to go here in the third.
You think if Hutchinson gets shorthanded that Coach Miller could go and list those three former Salt Hawks?
Well, you might be able to get away with Dante because he looks a lot like Terrell.
They're all wearing, blue. They
Exactly.
they look like they fit right in with the Salt Hawk team still.
Over to the right side with the basketball. Danny Boone back in the lineup now. Left side with the basketball, Terrell King. Danny Boone lobs inside of Van Sickle. He'll work down low, goes up strong and draws the foul on Walker, and that'll be his third. Daly Van Sickle stepping up today, getting it done the low blocks.
And Daly just appears to be having more fun on the basketball court.
Well, he was in the right place, right time, and gave Terrell a hard time by missing that little layup a while ago. Free throws up and missing by Daly Van Sickle. He'll shoot a second one. Witt into the ball game also right now. Now Terrell comes over to talk to Danny Boone, and he's giving him some instruction to where he needs to go. And that's the sign of a leader right there. Free throws up and good by Van Sickle. He gets the second one down.
My advice, Danny, would be when in doubt, get the ball to Terrell King.
11 points for Van Sickle. 1:36 to go in the third. Hutchinson 40. Salina South Cougars 23. Just about turning it over was Humphrey, and then he slips away. Still has the ball. Lobs it to the right side. Shot put up, partially deflected. Missed shot by Walker. Loose basketball ran down by the Cougars. They'll keep it alive. They'll reset the offense. Feed down low, wide open underneath. Good layup by Myers.
Nice pass and finish.
7 points for Myers. Cuts the lead to 40-25. That
first field goal for Salina South in the third quarter.
Coming at the 105 mark. That's a good point. Here's Daniel Boone. Danny Boone rides across. Kicks it over to Witt. Witt drives baseline all the way underneath the Smith. Smith on the outside. Gives it off to Boone. Boone takes baseline. Kicks it back outside. Loose basketball picked up by Van Sickle. Back outside. Hutch resets it, and that's what I'm talking about. Smart move. Reset the offense. A drive to the basket by Terrell King, and he'll draw the foul. It'll be on Jackson Myers. 2 shots coming for Terrell King. So with 104 was the first basket made by Salina South in this third quarter play. Similar to what the Salt Hawk girls did to Cilantro girls on a 19-4 run. Free throws up and good by Terrell King. His 8th point of the contest. Here comes back into the ball game. Govain will check back in, and also Tecklenburg will check back in. And also here comes Jay Lewis coming in for the shooter, Terrell King, when he gets an opportunity. Julian Smith will take a seat. He's substituted for.
On the stairway.
Free throw toss up and good. King gets both. He has 9. Jay Lewis comes in for him. And there's 44.7 seconds to go in the quarter. It's 42-25 Hutchinson.
Sean Goodwin and Joe Hammersmith do a fantastic job as Coach Miller's assistants.
You bet they do. They do an outstanding job. Ball on the outside with the basketball is Small. He's back in the ball game for South. Myers shoots it on his way. It's off, no good. Battle for the board, taken away by Tote Bain. Here comes Hutch.
How about that box out?
Jay Lewis will walk dribble it across the timeline with 23 ticks left on the clock in this third quarter of play. He slides on the outside, resets the offense over to Witt. Witt will set it, goes right side into the hands of Boone. Danny Boone gets it over to Tecklenburg. Tecklenburg back outside. Jay Lewis goes with 6 seconds to go. Takes it in. Euro step. Layup good. Jay Lewis with a little fancy-dancy right there. Puts it up and in. A long pass does not go. And end of the third quarter comes to an end. Salthawks blew it up in this third quarter, 44-25. Only 5 points scored for Salina South in that third quarter, and Hutchinson was 17. We will take a quick 30-second timeout. Fourth quarter just around the corner. Salthawks 44, Cougars 25. Back in 30 seconds on the Salthawk Radio Network.
Hutchinson High School sports is on the air thanks to the Salt Hawk Boosters, the Medicine Shop, Salt City Title Company, Rise Up Reno Prevention Network, Special Canine Dog Training and Country Resort, Elliott Mortuary, Midwest Single Source, Mitch Rice Injury Law, APAC Shears, Pools Plus, First National Bank, Next Tech Wireless, the Summit of Hutchinson with Doctors Lowen and Severud, Prairie Star Health Center, Hutchinson Small Animal Hospital, Ashcraft Pharmacy, The Insurance Group, and Edward Jones Financial Advisor William Thacker.
Now we get set for the fourth and final quarter. Hutchinson leading at 44-25. A great quarter for Hutchinson. 17 points in the third quarter compared to 5 for Salina South. Hutchinson had a 27-20 lead, a 7-point lead going into that quarter. So that's where we end up standing at 44-25. And a good job done by Hutchinson, just taking care of business in that third. In a little foul trouble, you got King with 3, Lewis with 3, and Julian Smith with 3. And all 3 of those guys are on the floor right now as we start this fourth quarter of play. Here's Van Sickle.
Hutch didn't turn the ball over in that third quarter.
Van Sickle back outside to Terrell King. Baseline move, they whip it outside. Jay Lewis drives baseline, give and go to Sickle. Van Sickle, his shot won't go. Rebound cleared out by South. Good play, just didn't get it to ring down. Van Sickle leads the scoring with 11 points in the ball game. 44-25 contest. Hutchinson with the lead. Here's Walker. Back outside now to Humphrey. Jace Humphrey drives in. And a reach-in foul called. He went up. And it looked like he might have been stripped. Are they going to get Lewis on it? Yeah, they will. And that'll be Jay's fourth foul. So Jay picks up his fourth. 44-25 ball game here. Hutchinson with the lead. At the line will be Humphrey. 3:23 remaining to go. Humphrey at the line. Free throw toss is up and good. Got that one to go. Humphrey will shoot a second one. The whole time, Coach Miller was talking to the referee about things that are happening down here, and coming into the ballgame now will be Witt. The scores table was trying to get a hold of the attention of the official and finally had to buzz the horn.
Coach Miller had called a meeting with the official.
Humphreys, free throw toss. This one comes off no good. Miller with the rebound. Check that. Julian Smith with the rebound. So 44-26 is your score. Hutchinson with the lead. Terrell King, left side Spiller, behind the back dribble, back out to King. King drives in, nice in, puts it up, goes up for it, can't get it done. And a foul call. Do we have a jump ball?
Jump ball.
Jump ball will be called. Van Sickle battling Humphrey, possession arrow facing South's way. So with 7:06 to go in the ball game, South trying to battle back, but they're down. They got a big hole that they've dug, an 18-point deficit with 7 minutes remaining. Myers lobs underneath, stolen away by Terrell King. King behind the back dribble like an interception he did in football. Here we go. They'll kick it outside. Spiller 3-ball. Got it. Big 3-pointer by Spiller. And Spiller adds to his 2 free throws he had earlier. He has 5 and a timeout on the floor. A 21-point Hutchinson lead, 47-26 with 6:42 to go in the fourth quarter of play. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Your life is busy. Are you ready to open a new account? Apply for a loan? Check your balances. Make a transfer? Deposit a check? Pay bills? With electronic banking from The First, you can take care of all your many banking needs from the comfort of your home or office. Anytime, anywhere, 24/7. Visit fnbhutch.bank to get started. First National Bank of Hutchinson. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Well, it could be an ice cream night tonight for the broadcast crew, as Hutchinson right now leading at 47-26.
I'll tell you what, the way Brian Miller has these Salt Hawks playing, we could put on some pounds from ice cream after Salt Hawks wins this season.
Well, that third quarter was sweet. 17-5 run, and they add to that 7-point lead, so you kicked it up to 19, and now you're setting at 47-26, a 21-point lead over the South Cougars. So Cougars won't go away, though. They'll keep battling back. They got really a steep hill to climb. There's a steal by Witt. Witt will bring it down. He'll drive it in. He'll take it up strong and miss it, but the foul called, and he'll shoot two.
Witt wanted to go for the dunk.
Miller looking at him like, why don't you just put it up and in?
There's a backboard there.
One.
It counts as 2 points either way, whether you dunk it or lay it in.
Witt with 3 points. He's 1 for 2 from the foul stripe. He'll shoot another one. He'll shoot his first one right here, trying to give Salt Hawks a 22-point lead. Free throw toss is up and good. Go to the second one here.
He took it in stride.
Well, I was talking about that. Myers picked up his third. Lucas Witt at the line. Averages 2.5 points a game. Right now he has 4. Free throw toss. This one's off. No good. Battle for the board. Van Sickle had his hand on it. They're going to say it's off of Van Sickle out of bounds. He has a big smile on his face, and we'll go the other way with 6.5 to go in the contest. 48-26 is your score. Hutchinson with the lead. Hutch hung 84 on Bueller the other night. Quite a ways off on that. This has been more of a defensive battle, especially in the first half. Outside of the ball is going to be Howard. Howard rolls right, shoots it, misses it. Rebound though underneath. Back in the ball game again was DeVoe, but he missed it. Van Sickle with the rebound. Good to see DeVoe back as he went off with that ankle injury. Looked a little bit more serious. Glad to see he's back out there.
I think he's going to be just fine.
Might be a little swollen and sore in the morning. That sometimes happens playing with adrenaline. 6:06 to go in a quarter now, in the fourth quarter. Hutchinson with the basketball. And Terrell King, teardrop, up and good. Terrell King now with 11.
So far this season, no one has shown the ability to keep Terrell King from driving to the goal.
Van Sickle and King now, high point honors with 11 apiece. Long three ball does not go. The missed shot put up on the outside by Walker, but then rebounded by South. They'll lob it down low to Humphrey. He's wide open underneath, scores it easily. He has all 3 points that South has in the quarter.
15 in the game.
50-28 ball game. Here's Van Sickle way out of position, but he puts it on the floor and gives it to Spiller. He rolls off the pick. Julian Smith, corner right, got it. 3-pointer by Julian Smith. And that's his first tray of the ball game after having 6 the other night against Bueller. He now has 9 points to his credit. 53-28 Hutchinson. Here's Walker. Smith all over him. Shot by Walker, not there. Rebound, fought for, taken away by Terrell King. Hutch will bring it 3-on-1. King brings it up, goes up, and he's fouled. The foul's going to go against Brady Howard. That'll be his third.
I think Terrell King was going to attempt a dunk there.
Tovane will check into the lineup. Terrell King at the line. Jay Lewis will return in with 4:56 to go in the contest. Free throw toss up and good by King. King will shoot another one. 12 points now for King.
Coach Miller congratulating Daley Van Sickle for an excellent game.
Yep, really good game. 11 points to his credit. Free throw toss. Second one by King. Doesn't go. Ball stolen, taken away by South. They'll bring it up quickly. Jumper up and on its way. No good. Battle for the board. Humphrey. Put back basket. Humphrey's good. He has all the points that South has in this quarter. 5 points to his credit, and 17 for the ball game. Terrell King to the right side of Witt. Baseline move by Spiller. Trying to get it to Tovane. It's stolen away. Here comes South with the basketball with 4.5 to go. The drive to the baseline. Outside Humphrey. Holds up. Reach-in foul called on Spiller.
On the other end, that was the first turnover committed by Hutch in the entire second half.
4:23 to go in the contest, fourth quarter of play. Terrell King will check out. Jay Lewis will check in. I think Terrell King is done for the night. I think you can add up his total, which would be 12 points each so far as the leading scorer. Second, Van Sickle. I don't think we'll see him back in. There's a steal. Spiller comes up with it and lobbed it away over to Julian Smith. He'll go sky high. Shot missed. Battle for the board. Tovane. Put back not there. And he'll go to the line to shoot free throws. Hutchison's missed a bunch of little base crip shots underneath, but people have been there to follow and get rebounds.
Hutch carries a swagger that, hey, if we miss a shot, we're just going to go get the ball and keep playing.
Tovane misses on that free throw attempt. Govain will shoot another one. Govain's free throw. This one rims out. The rebound cleared out by South with 4:11 to go. We're about halfway through this fourth quarter of play. A 24-point Hutchinson lead. Ball on the outside with the ball is Walker. Coach Miller letting Witt and some of these other kids get some time. There's a steal by Julian Smith. Picked his pocket. He's going to bring it down. And he goes down, and his ankle went out from underneath him, and he fell out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. He went up, and his foot just slipped on him and went out. Let's see if he's going to be okay or not. As he went up to try to dunk it, and his foot just slipped on him out of bounds. Went out of bounds. I think he's okay, other than being extremely bruised by way of his ego.
It was a little bit scary, though.
It was going to be showtime for a second, and he just gave up on it. Ball slipped, his foot slipped, and down he went. 3:38 to go. South trying to take advantage of the miscue. Shot up by Humphrey and knocked out of bounds. It'll be Hudson basketball. I'm more worried about whether or not Julian's okay, and I know his ego is hurt quite a bit. He'll give the ball into Jay Lewis, but he looks to be running okay. And he had a dunk against Bueller, and he thought he was going to get his second one in a few days.
We thought it was going to be flushed.
Here's Jay Lewis. Rolls left, over the corner left, pulls up. Outside, a little push off by Witt, and they're going to whistle him on the foul. That'll be his second. Only the third foul of the quarter for the Salt Hawks. So with 3:09 to go, Salina South will bring it across the timeline.
Terrell King's coming back, Glenn.
Ball on the outside. Thought King was done. I don't even closed out his line. Left side, jumper up and on its way. Three-pointer's good from outside by Brady Howard. He's the first South Cougar to score in this fourth quarter of play other than Humphrey. Jay Lewis, three-pointer up and on its way, missing by Julian Smith. Loose basketball, ran down by Witt. Witt got it. They'll back in. Tovane, nice move, blocked from behind. Coming up with it will be Salina South.
Up now, Coach Miller changed his mind.
2:28 to go.
He's bringing Terrell King back to the bench.
Long three again on its way, no good. Into the hands, though, of Walker. He'll score it. Walker with his first basket of the game. Sophomore, Walker. There's a steal, but a foul called on Walker. A little bit actually this will go on Wilcox, excuse me. So now we're going to see the bench cleared and several new players coming into the ball game. For Hutchison, checking in was going to be Julius Martinez. And also Tecklenburg back in as well. Also into the ball game, Walker will check in. That's Trammell Walker. And now with the basketball bringing it up is Walker. Tecklenburg back to Walker on the outside. Off the pick set by Tovane. Rolls left, trying to get it to Tovane. He does. Tovane goes up strong and scores it. I tell you what, kid can get position inside, can he?
He's a strong young man.
Govain with 5 points on the night. 1:52 to go in the ball game. Ball outside with the basketball is Wilcox. He'll go left wing with it. South has cleared the bench as well. The drive down low baseline, back outside Humphrey. He'll kick it in and out of the hands, but ran down quickly by Wilcox. Back to Humphrey. He'll line it up, put it up and in. Humphrey's had a heck of a quarter. 7 points for him, 9 for the half, 19 for the ball game. It's Tecklenburg. Outside now to Tovain. Martinez with it on the near side, rolls right. Over to Walker. Back to Martinez. Martinez wants to isolate, still with the basketball. Lobs it across to Tovain with 1:06 to go. Walker to the right side. Back outside again. Martinez across the top. Hands the ball off underneath. Shot up and on its way. No good. Battle for the board. Loose basketball picked up finally. Hippen had it for a second, and now we're going to have substitutions by Salina. Just a substitution situation, not a timeout. As Coach Jason Hooper's just having players come in off the bench, and he'll go with a new set of players coming in. Wilcox will stay in there. So you got Reset, Lawson Reset in there now, and you also have Augustine. There's a drive down, shot up, and good. Nice basket. Scoring it was Wilcox. Wilcox with his first basket of the ball game. Inside of 38 seconds. 56-39. This game was won in the third quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Brian Miller. Coach Miller. Inbounding is going to be Hippen. Hippen will get set to inbound. Lobs it in. Walker with the basketball. He'll pull it back a little bit. Drives in, holds up. Backdoor play to Tovain, stolen away. Coming up with it will be Salina South, and a foul call. This one's going to be on Trammell Walker. He'll pick up his first. That'll be the 14th foul of the quarter, so not a shooting situation with 17.2 seconds to go. Hutchinson is going to win this ball game and go to 3-0 on the season. Here comes the steal. Tovain with the steal, and loses it right in front of us. With 8.4 seconds to go. It'll be South's basketball, inbounding for South. It's going to be Jalen Cheeks. Ball comes in to Wilcox. He'll drive it back to Wilcox. He'll shoot it on its way. It's off, no good. Battle for the board, taken away by South. That's your ball game. Hutchinson hangs on to win at 56-39. A great third quarter of play as Hutchinson now scored. Salina South 17-5 to go up by 19, and didn't look back, and he win it going away 56-39. Hutchinson gets set to take on Goddard coming Friday night, first home game for the Salt Hawks. We'd love to see you there. So the Salt Hawks split a pair tonight. Girls lose 36-28. Guys win 56-39. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Come back, get 7 of the Medicine Shop in-game capsule. Coaches stop by to chat with us. Again, your final, Hutchinson wins it 56-39. Back in 2 minutes on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.